this 65 game rule. A lot of people have been saying, a lot of NBA players specifically have come out and said they didn't like it. Tyrese Halliburton. Somebody else came out and said that they're forcing these players to play because of the 65 game rule. Personally, I disagree, but I want to hear your thoughts on what do you think about the rule?
I just think it's funny how the players that are like close to not making the game rule
they start complaining. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's not a fair rule, bro. Get rid of it. They're about to be like 65 games. Oh my God, I can't like it.
I even saw like LeBron. He had tweets today talking about it, and he was coming off a missed game too.
He
hasn't even missed that many games though.
The only thing, the only thing I care about the 65 game rule is like I guess like the accolades for like all NBA stuff like that, but. And also, the one point I saw was like making people come back before they're ready to play. Let's say, like injury. I get that part. I totally get the injuries part. But I mean, 65. You should be playing if you're an NBA player, barring health, you should have more than 65 games. If you're an All-Star caliber, if you're an All-NBA caliber player, you should already play 65 plus games. I saw something that said on Twitter it was like ever since like the history in the NBA, there's only been 3 MVPs that didn't make 65 games, and they were shortened seasons.
Yeah.
So they were legally couldn't hit the game requirement.
And they were only like.
They were saying anyway that like if you don't play 65 games, like you're probably not going to get those awards.
Yeah, you don't deserve
it. And if you're hurt, rest. Why force yourself to play?
I think the 65 game rule is fine.
You're forcing yourself because it's like I need to get these awards.
Like, yeah, exactly. Because you're not going to get it if you're hurt and you can't play. You're not going to get the award regardless.
Joel Embiid was asked that game. He tried to.
He had a bum knee. He was bad.
Like if he's hurt, even if he didn't like. Even if the 65 game rule wasn't implemented and he missed that many games, he's not going to win MVP.
He played 68 last year, I think. I'm pretty sure he played 68 or 69.
Yeah, and he won MVP.
And he won because he played majority of the games. But I mean, yeah, most people, as you're saying, if people don't play that many games, they're probably not going to be weighed as heavily because they didn't play a lot.
Yeah. And first off, the rule was implemented because these guys were missing so many games off rest. The rule would never been implemented. Yeah, if they weren't resting or missing games.
I hate to say it like this because I'm not in the NBA, but dude, like stop resting.
Yeah, I mean you can rest some games. That's why they gave you 65. You have to play a minimum of 65 games. But
like that's 17 games. Like
you miss 17.
Yeah, like
that's almost a quarter.
Bro, back in the day, like they would play every single game. Damn, exactly. Like every player would play every game.
MJ stat. MJ had like 6 consecutive years of like 80 games.
Yeah. Same with LeBron.
I look at his game. He's played like 76 games every year of his career. Obviously, except the last year.
Yeah.
Washington.
Same with LeBron before he got old.
Yeah,
he played every season of every year. And they know like people can only come
LeBron
out to one game and watch one game for the whole year.
And so those old dudes are like exempt from it too, so it's not like every player got to do it. Like they know LeBron's not going to play it, so they don't count it for him as much. It doesn't go against.
And I was watching one of the shows talk about how Curry sat 4 of the starters in one game. It's like that's so sad for like people who be going to see the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's fans crying that they can't see Stephen Curry.
Oh God, like people,
miles to see this guy.
Spent $300 for a ticket to see it, sit up close.
Like, to watch fucking AirPods drop 30.
I don't know. I just keep thinking of the people like when I was younger and I was watching. I'm like, bro, these guys are playing every day, like Kobe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like when I see All-Star, All NBA players are just resting. Not everybody does it though. I'm not gonna but the ones that do it, I'm like, bro, like. This is not it.
And if you can't play, don't play, and you won't reach the like game requirement, and you won't get the reward.
And you gotta
if you're hurt, you're hurt. Don't tough it out.
That's what it is.
Just don't rest.
Or if you are gonna don't complain about the game requirement. Just sit the game. If you have to sit out, sit out. But don't
complain about it.
Requirement. You know what I mean?
Or the awards. Like you shouldn't be getting an award if you can't play 65 games regardless.
First of all,
I think it's good to set a standard in the league because if we just let players play whatever, like it's gonna be only harmful. I know it's strict and sometimes it might be unfair and whatever, but I feel like. I would rather have it more strict and like have them set to that standard as opposed to just letting players do whatever the fuck.
Yeah. That's too. I don't want to say this is like too much power control over them because like let's say they're just gonna be like rest. What's to stop them from always resting every other week and like every other day in the week?
None. That's why they was doing it.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what they
literally were.
Like it's like the newer stars. Like now, I don't remember people when I was watching in the 2010s resting too much.
No, but unless they were hurt. In like the last few years, it's been so bad.
Until right now, with the implemented this rule, then people got to play.
I remember last year when Dame was on the Trailblazers and they had like 10 or 20 games left in the season, and then you were going to make the playoffs. They just set the rest of the games out.
Get them out.
Yeah. Now you don't have a chance to do that if you want to win an award. I think he made All-NBA team last year too, right?
Like All-NBA third team, I think.
Something like that. So now he doesn't have a chance, and that's good for us because we get to watch him play.
These people making this type of money shouldn't complain about the game restriction. Do it.
$40 million.
Do it, or you're not going to get the money. Simple. You're not going to get your accolades or whatever. Just do it.
You think you should play 30 games? That's like saying, I was saying this, like, if game requirements shouldn't matter, John Moran should make the All-Star team. You played 9 games, but he averaged fucking 29 points.
Exactly.
He's an All-NBA player.
When he played, they were like, on the come up. We thought they were finna make the playoffs, so his impact was insane. We should give him the nod for that. But.
So dumb. It's only players that aren't going to make the game requirements complaining. They complain about everything too. I don't see anything that they don't complain
They're
about.
multi-million. I know I'm dogging on these players, and I love the NBA, but some of the players that are like, multi-millionaires and complain about this stuff, especially Halliburton, you got a max extension. I don't want to hear, brother.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear.
All-star, like, I don't your team's in the playoffs for the first year.
Tell him to shut up and dribble. Tell him to shut up and dribble, nigga. Shut up and dribble, nigga. I'm just playing. Not playing around. But
that's crazy.
I'm just playing around. But still, no, for real.
See how much money he's getting with those
fits? He looked like Inspector Gadget on the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of coat is that?
He looks like he's from the Peaky Blinders, too.
I posted, dude, they say he look like M. Bison from a Street Fighter, dude. Like,
you roll off. You can play some games, man.
They photoshopped the hat on him and everything. I'm gonna find that shit, dude. Like,
he'll be okay.
I think I did that with Inspector Gadget, too. I saw that. They had a little like, fucking hat and all the things on it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the Players Association cleared the 65 game thing,
too. Yeah, they voted on this shit, too.
Like,
y'all agreed on this.
It probably was majority vote.
You see the Paul Reed thing where he said, "Oh, did we have a like, bro, that should not union or something like that?"